March 2023, a group of researchers formed the Truth Mafia, a collective determined to investigate conspiracies and occult mysteries that have been buried for centuries. With a passion for uncovering the truth, they delve into the darkest corners of history, pop culture, and ancient mysteries, seeking answers to questions that have plagued humanity for ages. The Truth Mafia is led by Tommy Truthful, a man shrouded in mystery and intrigue, dedicated to uncovering the hidden truths behind some of the world's most perplexing and enigmatic phenomena. Their research has led them down countless rabbit holes, from deciphering ancient symbols to exploring the hidden meanings behind popular media and literature. Despite the risks and challenges they face, the Truth Mafia remains steadfast in their quest for knowledge. Will their investigations lead to groundbreaking revelations, or will they unravel an even deeper web of secrets and lies? Only time will tell in this ongoing saga of conspiracy and intrigue.
Welcome to another episode of Truth Mafia News. This is actually episode 22 of Truth Mafia News, and we got some exciting things for you today. We just had another plane crash. We're going to get into that on the 33rd parallel out there in Arizona, where your boy Tommy said there would be an event. Remember I called that one. And we got just a lot of things to talk about. Before we get going, all the links are down in the description. Make sure you smash that like button, share this video. And this video today is brought to you from our sponsors. And we got some amazing sponsors. Nanosoma, really good product. This is one that my dad's involved in too. It actually really helped my leg out. This is the stuff I was using, the topical gel and the spray. I put the 5 sprays under my tongue. I do it twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. And my leg went from that to that, guys. And they had me on all kinds of antibiotics. You notice the red line right there, right? Because I was marking that to make sure the infection didn't go to my heart. I mean, these people almost let me die with their antibiotics, but I got on Nanosoma, boom, and it cured it up. It's still doing pretty good. So, the interesting thing about Nanosoma to me, Dad, is that it was made out of sugar cane is one of the main things. And they took the organic sugar cane out of everything and put in genetically modified corn syrup. That's crazy to me. It kind of makes sense on why. And I got this regiment that I like, guys. I use the Nanosoma and the detox patch. You see this purification patch? It comes with 12 of them. So you put it right under your belly button and you wear it for 3 days. When you're wearing it, make sure you drink a lot of water. I drink 1.5 liters of the 9.5 pH water per day when I have it on. And you can eat normal, just eat healthy, alive foods. You keep that right under your belly button. And then on the 4th day, you take it off. That's your kind of cheat day. And then you put it back on the 5th day, wear it for 3 days. So, it comes with plenty of them in there for you. And we also.
And let me say something real quick, son. So it's a 3-day on, 1 day off, 3 days on until you use the 12 detox patches, the Purify patch. And you can do that a few times a year. And the great thing about this, it's not a hardcore, where somebody's trying to pull all of the detox out of you in a day or something, where that's not really good for you. But this is something that will, get it out. And when you use the Nanosoma, like my son was talking about, and he sent me that image of his leg when I sent him a package because I wanted him to try it. This was about a year ago. And he was telling me that he might lose his leg. And I'm like, what? And, he's telling me he might lose his leg. So I sent that to him. And then 3 days later, he sent me that picture with the thing, Dad, this shit really works. That's what he said to me. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't get involved in things that aren't good for the people or the planet. So these two companies, my team and I work with them on their IT and marketing. Also on Bodyline, I'm one of the owners, and we handle IT and marketing. So Next Evolution Technologies is my company, and that's what all of these brands live under, and that's what TJ's a part of too. And we have a great team of people, web developers, and we're getting really rolling into AI. We're going to talk about that a little bit today, about AI, update on AI and robotics too. There's big things happening that you need to be aware of, and you don't want to get caught off guard where you're on the barely surviving side of the equation instead of the fully thriving side. And we want to help you with that too. But anyway, son, keep on going, and then let's get into the meat. Get into the meat of our conversation tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And also, if you're looking to get your personal decode, guys, you can get that too. The link down below. Now, it's a truth. You'll notice it's a Truth Mafia link, but it'll take you directly to my decode, the booking part of it, to where you need to book the decode, and you can find out your role in this simulation we call life, whether you're an NPC or one of these first player characters. We also create you a custom image. Again, that link is down below. And then my pops has this thing called the Patriots Club. That's where a bunch of patriots can get together.
Yeah,
Pop?
it's free. It's free. And it's all about, it's got a community attached to it that we've just got up now. And we're starting to bring people in to start managing this social network platform. But it's going to have a lot of events and solutions related to, helping get this planet sorted out, because Mother Earth is in bad shape. Most people don't know it. And probably very shortly here in March, as we get the white papers done and all of that stuff, so I can lay this whole thing out for you all and show you what's going on. If we don't take care of it, we might not make it to the end of this decade. Mother Earth might just go flatlined on us, and the poles shift, and all hell breaks loose. And then you lose the Schumann resonance, and you're done. Okay, because once the Schumann resonance off the planet, then you're not doing well. The magnetic sphere is weakening from South America to South Africa. Massive stuff happening on. Son, did we not talk about and we'll show some of these other sponsors too throughout the show, but son, did we not talk about that Giovanni, the scientist behind this technology that can reverse the biosphere, that can clean the chemtrails out of the air, that can clean the soil and get rid of all the GMO frequencies and pollution in the environment in this? I mean, just set our soil back half the water, no pesticides, no fertilizer. He said that planes would start falling, based on what the changes were. Remember me telling you about that stuff, about that? He said that these planes were going to start, falling, and there would be more plane crashes more often, based on, the whole biosphere situation, the emergency we have. So you're not even hearing that from any government official. You're not hearing that from anybody. You do have third party where some people are putting out, like NASA put something out, science thing, and I've got those saved. So we'll be going over those. So it's just like not me saying this and not the team that are involved in this technology, but it's literally a lot of other scientists and stuff talking about this. But yet you don't hear anything with the government talking about it at all. Zero.
No, you sure don't. You sure don't, except they try to keep our attention on other things, other stuff. And I mean, it's crazy how many planes are going to either crash, flip over. And just to let you guys know, that one that flipped over, Donut talked about it. He did a video on it. That was on runway 23. And we all know Jim Carrey, he did that movie 23, the enigma of that number. And when I seen that, I'm like, oh, here we go. Because this year we're still in the 23rd year anniversary since 9/11. We won't be in the 24th until 9/11, right? It's 23 years and so many months or whatever. But 23 is a very sacred number. If Julius Caesar stabbed 23 times, the Oklahoma City bombing, when did it happen? 4/19. 4 plus 19 is 23. Even the Titanic, it happened on 4/15 of 1912, which has numerology of 23. And if you remember, 9/11, that was the biggest number connected to 9/11, the number 23, because 9, you got the 11, so you got the 9 plus the 11 plus the 2 plus the 1 is 23. And you have the Knights Templar, which had 23 Grand Masters, right? In the Knights Templar. So, I mean, when I seen that 23 number, it's also tied to the human DNA. You got 23 chromosomes from your mom, 23 from your dad, which is a total of 46. That's that two branches of Freemasonry. You got the Scottish Rite, which has the 33 degrees, and the York Rite, which has 13 degrees. Added together, what do you got? 46. So, I mean, when I seen that 23 pops, I knew something was up. Even the number 23 spelled out equals 46, guys, in Chaldean. But yeah, we had two more planes crash. Let me show you guys. Let me share the screen real quick and show you. This was on the 33rd parallel, which me and Donut went over this before. Something very interesting about that is most of the death row where they put people to death is on the 33rd parallel. Now, in the story of the Bible, this is where the fallen angels came down and gave man forbidden knowledge on the 33rd parallel, where Mount Hermon, right? Where there's a big thing going on out there right now. So that with the number 33, here's the plane they collided in midair. This happened on that 33rd parallel out in Arizona. And then down here, it's like talking about mid-air horror, truth behind increase in planes crashing in 2025. You could be sure they're not going to tell you the truth. And we just had the Delta plane flip over, which Donut thinks that's tied to an upcoming alien invasion due to the hoodie the kid was wearing, which is connected to Blink 182. And they got that singer all involved in the whole alien thing. You'll have to go watch Donut's video. He knows more about that than me. Donut Factory on YouTube. But ain't this crazy, Pops?
Well, I mean, again, Giovanni said that and some of these might be intentional situations. We don't know.
We don't know.
There can be remote control on anything, but what they were saying is based on, what's going on with this electromagnetic pollution, that you could expect more of these things to happen. And on top of that, the continued weakening of the magnetic sphere and the increase in volcano activity, even more so earthquakes, all of it, tsunami, typhoons, hurricanes, tornadoes. And you can see that that's all been escalating, right? Again, I'm going to say this to everybody. You don't need to be stuck in the fear of things, because you're a spiritual being, and your spiritual connection is the most important thing that you focus on in your life, period. That's number one, because when this timeline splits, I'll be going to the light and love and all of that good stuff. And some people will be going to hell on earth. There is no if and buts about it. But in this split, there is no gray. So there's no area in the middle between darkness and light. So you really got to put your priorities. I'm a big person on priorities, running the business. My son will tell you, we have meetings every week. Everybody's project managed. What's the top priorities? What do we got to knock out in order of priority? And I'm going to tell you right now, in order of priorities, this Mother Earth situation that's going on with our biosphere and our magnetic sphere, and you're going to see more of these plane crashes. You're going to see more extreme weather conditions, and I'm sure some are, intentional use of technology, but not all of them. That's for
Not all
sure.
of them.
That's
Yeah,
not.
no,
That's for sure.
no, not. I agree with you, pops. Not everything is controlled. Some of it, a lot is. I was talking to this girl in my comments last night, and me and her were talking about exactly what you're talking about right now. Because even with, I've been watching the whole Nibiru thing since 2011. I remember sitting out in my mom's backyard. This is when YouTube first started popping, and that's my mom got her first laptop. I was out there watching all these crazy, that was back in the day, guys, when YouTube was fun. They had all the crazy videos. You could see like stuff that Faces of Death. I know a lot of you guys remember that. It was cool back then, the internet, but they had all these people talking about YouTube, and they said, or not YouTube, my apologies, Nibiru. They said during the event that this fog would show up that would start making people sick. And I thought about that, like, oh wow, now we got this fog going on, planes are falling out of the sky. The poles are shifting. If you look, I mean, they've shifted a lot. Now I know some people believe we don't live on a spinning ball, we live on a flat plane, and that's neither here nor there. We're not going to know till we go up in a balloon. You guys know my theory. I think we live in a simulation anyways. So I think it's all simulated, some type of multiverse myself. But we all have opinions on it. Now, one thing I want to show you, Donut, I just pulled up Donut's thing. Hold on, let me show you this real quick. But I think my dad might be right. A lot of it is from these events. Look, so Donut caught this guy's shirt to the stars, and that was Blink 182. That's his thing, right? The company was founded in 2017 and published beneath corporation by Jimmy Simmervin, or whatever his name is, former intelligence officer, CIA, Harold Putoff. That's who Tom DeLong, I guess, is working with the whole To the Stars Inc. And that's connected to the aliens. And this guy was wearing it who got off the plane to the stars. Now, what I want to show you, know me, I'm going to look at numbers, guys. So, first of all, you got 182, which if you move the numbers around, what is it? 128 or 281. And I think didn't this one happen on 218, February 18th? By the way, that's my sister Katie's birthday. Shout out to Katie. And guess what? To the stars is 38. It's 38. Murder by numbers, guys. RIP, death, murder, all 38. So that one might be controlled, this one here. I don't know if anyone passed away or not, but a lot of them could be from this event as well, like the two that crashed together in the air today. That definitely could be. And you got to stay open-minded to all of it, right, Pops?
Yeah, absolutely. And I am here. Somebody's asking if I'm well. I'm all well. I'm wonderful. Family's wonderful. Thank the Heavenly Father, creator of all things. Missed you guys. But when we got down here in Dominican Republic, Cindy and I caught something from the transport from the trip. Usually that happens down in Miami. I remember when she caught something, we had to take her to the emergency room. Then I had to get an ambulance there the next 2 days later. But we caught something, and it was like pneumonia, bronchitis. I don't know what it was. It's like a mutation by now, but it was something. And took her down for 3 days, or 3 weeks. 3 weeks took her down. And it took me down for a few days, and then I was at my computer getting vitamin IV, and ivermectin and stuff to help me get through it. But it was very interesting, because I never, I mean, for decades, son, how many times did you see me in your youth sick?
Never. I don't ever have any memories of you sick for real.
Never, never. And so,
I didn't get sick either.
yeah, it's
You
really important. It's really important to make sure that you're getting your spiritual connection, like I said, and it's about relationship. A lot of people think it's about, and I love people that are in religion that love people with unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness. I'm all for it. But it's not about the religion, it's about the relationship to the divine creator. And when you study more religions and you really look at all of them, there's a theme throughout them. Okay. Like they're talking 80% the same stuff, even higher, right? They're talking the same stuff. And when you start studying things that most people have never even looked at, yeah, son, it's it's interesting, it's very, very interesting, with how this whole thing was, put together and what's going on and what the truth is. And, again, that great split, that split of the timeline, whatever it's going to be, split of the people going into different areas, split of the timeline. I kind of now feeling that it literally will be a split in, the timeline. Like some people will go down that path of total AI control, plugging into the matrix, buying, you can't sell, you can't buy without the chip. They're talking about removing cash now, from the equation completely. By the way, they're
Oh
talking
yeah.
about moving cash, and they're saying we're doing it because we want to. We don't want people to be able to do the black market stuff, right? The human
Yeah.
trafficking, smuggling, all of that stuff. So they want to utilize that as say, okay, well, we got to get rid of the cash, right? So if
That's a
you look at what's going on, and I'm not here to judge Elon Musk. I'm not here to judge Donald Trump. I'm not here to judge anyone. Okay. But I can tell you that all the things that are going on right now, and we use AI for business. It is rapidly moving forward. And remember, the government has had artificial super intelligence for a long time.
Oh yeah.
For a
They've been
long
using
time.
it way longer than they told us. That's for
Right.
sure. I don't trust it with healthcare though. But like for me, for spell checking, I love it. I love how you can use it for spell checking on your phone. The iPhone 16, though, it's amazing. It's integrated in that. I guess they just made a cheaper iPhone too, guys. iPhone 16e. You can get it for like $500 now. It's probably a piece of shit though. But I don't trust it with healthcare. I don't want nanobots in my body. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? That
Well,
type of
you know
stuff.
what they gave me at the hospital? So when Cindy and I went into the hospital, because we got here on a Tuesday night, about 6:15, we arrived here in Las Terrenas. And then we worked hard because I want, me, son, I want to get back into the back on my chair and move forward.
Yes.
So when that happened, when that all happened, we went into the hospital on Tuesday. She had to stay overnight, and I had to go through multiple of the bags intravenous. But the first thing they put up there is they were giving me ivermectin. And by the way, here you can buy it at the drugstore. I mean, you can buy it right at the drugstore.
Down in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, all of the medication over here does not come from the United States. Okay, at all. And it's a lot like when I got my blood test, my sugar was high. All the other cholesterol things were good. So I'm working on that right now. They gave me an all natural thing to take, to help with, because I got like what they call fatty liver. You all can pray for me, declare and decree. But, I got a little carried away at Thanksgiving and in Christmas, with the kids, the adult kids bringing candy, but also drank a few bottles of honey, natural honey, thinking that was going to help me with the coughing and all of that. And so my blood sugar, triglycerides or something, was high, but overall I'm good, and I've now been off sugar, almost completely off sugar for 2 weeks. And I tell you, that's hard. sugar is, and we just use cane sugar, but sugar is more addictive than, hard drugs. I mean, it's
Oh, you know, it really is. I was reading something about it when I was doing that blog. And guys, go on truthmafia.com and check out the new blog I did on how the elites stay young and how they're, hurting us. We're on YouTube, so I got to be careful what I say. But I was talking about the nanosoma and that and the detox patch, and I was going over the GMOs and the food and all that. That's why I wrote the blog, and it seems to be getting a bunch of traction right now. So check that out. That's up on
well,
truthmafia.com.
and you know what else, son, is the
What's that?
nanosoma. So the nanosoma, with me, when nanosoma came into my life, again, you don't see me going to the doctors, but I also take a lot of, herbs and supplementation, because that's the reason I don't go to the doctor. And so with you, you had a problem. You know what I mean? You had a problem. You were worried about losing your leg. So you started applying that on your leg. You started spraying it, and you've seen a magnificent result in 3 days. Me, I was already, healthy, right? You know what I mean? My energy body, doing my Tai Chi Gong, taking my supplementations and all of that. So what I noticed with this was my ability to even feel energy even more intensely. And I was looking at all these testimonials coming in from that. And I'm not going to get into, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook and all that, but I mean, these testimonials, you can't even post them. And so you can't even post them. So I'm like, okay, why is this doing this? And then I researched it's polyethyl something that used to be in all the foods that they processed out. But that's
Yep.
the main thing. And this thing has patents in I think 25 different countries or something. But what it was is, then we got a report of the energy body from a naturopath. And so what I noticed is that the person's energy body looked like it got hit by a meteor storm. There were so many dents in the shield, right, around the body, the energy around the body. That's not like an egg shape, but like the thin side of an egg, like it would be two things around the body. And so it was, like dented all over the place. And then after 5 sprays of that, and about a few minutes, there was only one dent in it. So now I was like, okay, I understand, because everything starts in the energy body.
Yep.
Everything that happens in the physical body starts in the energy body. We are spirits having a human experience. We're not humans having a spiritual experience. We're spirits from the creator, the divine creator, having a human experience. So, that's the reason why this product, that product works so well, because of what it does to the energy body, which is just incredible. I mean, it's an exciting thing, because right now, I mean, Bobby Kennedy got in as HHS, definitely improved our last HHS. I can't even believe they put that person in there. And so, he's not kidding. Dude, the whole thing's a freak show. It's unbelievable.
It is.
So, between the fraud they're finding, we got a whole bunch of people on Social Security that are over 100 years old, not just a few. We're talking tens of millions. When you add them all up, there's tens of millions. We got people getting Social Security that are 200. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then not all the other people that getting Social Security that shouldn't be getting it, that are not part of this country, and then all the fraud that's going on in Social Security. So there's nothing wrong with Social Security running out, except they're stealing it blind. You know what I mean? They're robbing
Right.
it, like no tomorrow. As these things
But
heat up with the audits and all that, you're going to see a lot. If you think that these people on the other side are just going to lay down and give up, I don't see that happening. You know what I mean? I think that it's going to get more intense, and, both with Mother Earth in its condition. And then, by the way, all of this fighting and negativity is just feeding that too.
oh
Besides
yeah,
all the electromagnetic pollution, it's the negative energy from the human race that's feeding
yeah.
the whole thing too.
It definitely is. Now, guys, I'm going to show you a screenshot. I'm not going to talk about it. I just want you to look at it because we're on YouTube. But this is my favorite picture, Dad, of the nanosoma. We're not going to mention nothing about it. We're just going to let the people see it. How it changed this person. And if you read
No, I
what
mean,
it
there's thousands of these testimonials, and you really can't put a lot of them up because there could be a problem. But once you go, go to the site, iwantmyhealthback.com/Truth Mafia, then you're going to see it. By the way, my son is having Richard on tomorrow to go over this. So hopefully I don't know if you're recording that, son, or you're going live, but I know either way, you'll have it up soon. But to get into the details, where he feels this is a building block of life itself. So it's incredible situations. My son and I, we in our team, we're involved in helping the planet and the people. And I would love to see as many people move into the light as possible and the vibration of the light and doing the right things and sowing their seed properly and get ready for the great wealth transfer from the wicked to the righteous. And if that timeline splits, if some people go down to 3D still and other people move to 4 or 5, wherever you're going, I want to see more people moving that way, going into the light and into love and into happiness and to where you don't need any of this stuff because you can materialize anything you think of
that's what
immediately, instantaneously. The Avengers don't have anything on you when you go that path. The Avengers don't have anything on you, not even the Incredible Hulk, not even Superman. Nothing. They have nothing on you.
You'll be like your own Superman.
One angel can take out this whole planet. Archangel Michael could take out this whole planet with no problem. You know what I mean? That's why you have to be about unconditional love and unconditional forgiveness in order to move into that area, because you cannot have those capabilities and be holding on to your past and your past trauma and getting mad and engaging into comment fighting and just all of that negativity. I always tell people that we train and coach on mastermind webinars. And by the way, TJ, we need to get that image up here too, where we have a free membership that we help people, and you guys can come to 2 webinars a month, and we talk about mindset and spiritual connection and personal development, and talk about AI and what you need to do to position yourself properly. Because, son, I'm telling you, with the way AI is going, I don't see that they're going to have to do some kind of universal basic income probably before 2030, because a lot of people are going to be displaced by robotics and AI for sure. And it's looking like it's decades ahead of schedule based on the rollout that's happening right now.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much their plan. They want that universal income, pops. You know what I mean? They want people just to sit at home, die, which I tell people all the time. People are waiting for FEMA camps and roundups. Man, we're already in a FEMA camp. We're in a digital FEMA camp surrounded by their technology, and it's like a slow kill. That's why you got to protect yourself. We're bombarded with these frequencies every day. You can't escape it. What are you going to do? Go hide in a cave somewhere? I mean, it's
well, it's going to get worse. What do you think happens when they put out double the energy consumption because they need it for robotics and AI?
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen when there's not just 10,000 satellites around the planet? Now there's 100,000. What are you going to think is going to happen as they increase to 6G, 7G, 8G? People better get their environment sorted out and protect themselves from EMF radiation and what's going on. And again, like I said, the most important priority is what we're doing with that scientist, Giovanni, and what we'll be talking about next month as the white paper is finished up, so that we can show these devices that now are in a copper tube and literally are negative ion machines. That's just one part of the technology. Because, son, we used to have, from what I'm understanding, 6 trillion trees. We cut half of them down. So now we wonder why the planet's shaking when we cut half the trees down that help, with the electromagnetic, cleaning the air, right? It puts up negative ions, which helps with everything. I mean, helps people with mental illness. It helps people with longevity. It helps people with anxiety. It helps people with depression. It helps the planet tremendously. All you have to do is go in Google or go to Chat GPT or research it yourself and say, what are the positive effects of negative ions on the people on the planet? Put that in and read it and research it. And you'll be really pissed that they knew that they would cut these trees down when we could have used industrial hemp, because there's nothing that we needed to cut these trees down for when we could have used industrial hemp this whole time and not put our planet in ICU. Because let me tell you something, between the oceans and the air and all of this stuff going on and all this negative stuff, we've got to turn this around quickly. Another thing about these devices, son, as people, that's why the beach, Sister Rhonda, is so good. And by the way, Sister Daniela, about the organic castor oil, it's absolutely true. I've been researching that about the castor oil. Does a lot of amazing things. Make sure you get organic at the highest level. That's for sure. But we got to really get back to, getting this planet in shape, getting, ourselves connected, getting our energy bodies in tip-top shape. So we're moving into that light, moving, if there's going to be a split and 3D staying here, son, and 4 and 5D or whatever is moving over, I want to see all the brothers and sisters here with us now and watching this in the future, and everybody else that possibly can get over there.
Yeah, me too. Where planes ain't crashing out the freaking air every other day.
I might have to stay down here, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's not. Yeah, they told me it's not. Let's see what continues to happen. But you look at what's going on right now with. Again, they're telling us that Social Security is not available. First of all, the government shouldn't be involved in Social Security, but at the end of the day, they were and they have been. And this fund should have had so much money in it that the interest alone was paying out the benefits. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
where this thing should be. But now you start seeing that there's all this potential fraud in there. And I guarantee you that's throughout the whole federal government. You probably could cut what they're spending in half at least. And then they shouldn't even be involved in all these things, because in the Constitution, there's only 5 things they're supposed to be involved in. And it ain't involved in all this stuff. The state and the people and the communities, the power is within the people and the states. It's not supposed to be within that monstrosity. But all of this stuff with being top in AI, building all these AI data centers, building all this energy, all of this stuff. I mean, in the wrong hands, you've got total control. You're talking about knowing every single move everybody makes. And they know a lot of that already, but I'm talking about really tightening it down with what's coming, right? With the technology that's coming, and it looks like we're moving into it, and I think we're moving into it very fast.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. And Pops, I'm over here looking at I type in planes crashed on the Google feed, and guys, did you know a week ago there was a plane crash in Arizona too? In freaking Scottsdale. So what, again, that's that 33rd parallel where all the freaking executions are done. If you look into where they put people into lethal injection dad or the electric, I don't even know if they use electric chair anymore, but however they get rid of people, it's almost every one of them's on the 33rd parallel. Guess what else is there, guys? Another death chamber, the CDC. They're on the 33rd parallel. But right here, look, this is a week ago. Newsweek, Scottsdale, airplane crashes, kills one, injures another. I didn't even know about that one. This was February 11th. 211, that's Alex Jones's birthday. And 211 is the 47th prime number, like that good old 47-degree Masonic compass they love. Wow, I didn't even know this.
Well, like I said, things are going to get much, much, much more. Let's just say things are going to shake more, and it's going to be very interesting. But I would say to all of the folks that are watching us and watching this later, you got to get yourself sorted with your family and your backup plan, and getting to make sure your neighbors. You got to think about community. How can you support each other? How can you help each other? You really need to think about that as this whole thing's going through a transition. I mean, there's so much going on. I mean, the bubbles in the real estate market, both residential and commercial, the bubbles in every single market that there's probably out there right now. The stock market is inflated beyond the real true valuation. I mean,
Yeah,
the fact that these companies are being valued at the numbers that they're being valued at for the amount of money they make per year, and a lot of them make good money, but not that evaluation, not where they're worth trillions. And so there's a lot of bloat, inflation, fraud, scam, all of that going on through the whole political and upper industrial, let's say, upper companies that are it's happening. It's all got to be cleaned up, and it is a spiritual war. There's no if and buts about it, and we will see spiritual war in the streets soon. Sister Rhonda says, "Could yeah,
yeah,
probably."
he's right. Well, Pops, look at this. On the tail of this plane, what do you see, Dad? Flames. Flames as all these fires are burning. I find that quite coincidental. I never seen a plane with freaking flames on it before in my life. But yeah, this one was coming from Texas, Pops, from
Yeah.
your old location out there, Austin. You wasn't in by Austin, was you?
No, we're in Austin right now, but I am. My plans are to leave the United States and transition down to the Dominican Republic by 2026, the first quarter of 2026. I've got this place in Austin until end of August of 2026, but my goal is to be out of there because I'm 60 years young in May, so I like it here. I like the food. I like I'm 200 steps, my steps to the ocean. I got the mountains behind me, the ocean in front of me, and the energy is off the chain. So um, I like it. And, eventually we will have some retreats here, some spiritual retreats, some things that we'll be doing here in the future, God willing, always, if
I'm
I'm
going
still here.
down too, guys. I'm getting up out of here probably within a year. I'll be going down there where Pops is at in that area. So, Dad, I guess this plane was owned by Motley Crue. Maybe that's why
Yeah.
freaking flame on it.
Well, there's going to be a lot of those things happening because of, again, the magnetic sphere and all of the stuff happening in that. By the way, folks, we were just getting My Patriots Network up after almost a week of attacks.
Yeah,
They've
it
been
was
trying to take this site down. I mean, crazy. They've been trying to take it down. And Brother Jack, who's our in-house genius who's helping build the AI systems and all of that we're using for business, was able to get it sorted. There's more work that needs to be done, but he was sick last week and he was battling it. So keep us in your prayers. We're doing again a lot of work to help save humanity and this planet, and we need your prayers. We really need your prayers. I pray for everybody on this planet. I pray for everybody every day. You should pray for everybody every day. The more you give, the more you get, right? Be grateful. I am grateful. I am healthy. I am healed. I am love. I am knowledge. I am wisdom. Wake up in the morning. When I go into the throne room, I'm saying that. When I'm in my office, I'm saying that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got
you
to
got.
do it. You got to, you need to speak positivity into your life, into everybody around you life. There's life and death in the tongue, and you shall eat the fruit of it. The bottom line is you reap what you sow. Karma is a bitch. So what you need to do is sow good seed, put out good stuff, and declare what you are. I am powerful. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am loved. I am love. Get down, write it down, and say it, and declare and decree it, and say it with passion and mean it. TJ, back with when we had the circle of life situation before the llama went rogue, there was a guy in the class, a guy in the class that he was really having a hard time. He lost his wife. He had all kinds of bad stuff going on. And he had heard me talk about, don't ask, thank. And what I said after that is don't ask the creator for things, thank the creator for the things. And he did that for 12 months. His business went tenfold. His life changed. He met someone else, you know what I mean, to maybe not completely replace, replace that his wife, but someone else to be there for him. So I see the power of just changing the way that you approach things. And a
Yeah,
lot of people approach things very negatively. I catch it in my own home. Sometimes my wife talking about, her age in a negative way instead of a positive way. And I told her this, and she goes, oh, yeah, okay, I'm growing younger. No, yeah, you're growing younger. I am blessed. I feel great. How are you doing? I'm doing better than I've ever done. If I was doing any better, I'd be flying with the angels. So, you really got to have that positive outlook on yourself and your family and, this in the people and send that out. Send your light out. Send your light out. Okay. We need more people bringing their vibration into the light, not into the darkness. And it doesn't take as many people to bring their vibration into the light to conquer the darkness. It's a lot less than what's in the darkness in order to overtake it. So one of my missions, and I've told you this, son, is to try to help bring as many people as possible into the light. And look, I'm not perfect. No one is, okay? But you're a work in progress, always going to be a work in progress. You're always going to be moving and optimizing you.
yep,
Optimizing you.
100%. I mean, you taught me that, Pops, to not speak negativity and speak positivity, and it does work, man. And then I started teaching my people, because manifestation is very real, and I think we create our own reality. So you can
100%.
either, you can either speak negative, and that's what's going to be attracted to you, and it's also your actions, not just what you speak, how you treat people, your whether you're
You're
empathetic or not.
sowing your seed, right? Sowing your seed. Are you sowing good seed or bad seed? Even when you spend your money, are you sowing it with good things or are you sowing it with bad things? You get what you give. So
Yep.
what are you giving? And people need to look at that. It's important. It's really, really important. Son, I raised you that way. I was always about being positive and getting it done. No excuses. You get it done. If there's an obstacle, okay, go over it, go through it, go around it, whatever. Get through it. And it's interesting that, some people, something will come up in their life and they're devastated for the rest of their life. And they're speaking, negativity into their self and into their surroundings, which is just, like you said, creating the reality.
Yep. It's just creating that negative um reality, man. We got to be more positive. And Bone Jones, I seen all your comments with the 222. You're absolutely right. You know, Rona happened 222 months after 9/11, and I went and put Delta Airlines in after you said that was 222. It is in the reverse ordinal cipher, but guess what it is in Chaldean? 38, just like the other one. So that 38 is something we should definitely watch out for. But there's positive sides of that number too. I tell people, there's no such thing as an evil number. Okay. Every number has negative things and positive things attached to it. We live in a reality full of duality. So just like when I do your guys' decodes, right? And your first and last name, you might have some negative things in there, but that don't mean you've done them negative things. You could take that left-handed path, which is towards darkness, satanic, that's their path, or the right-handed path. And I actually wrote about that in my blog I did on Jupiter ascending over on Truth Mafia. That's a new one that's up there. But yeah, I just want to make that, even the number 666, it's not an evil number. It has to do with carbon. It's the breakdown of the human body. You know what I'm saying? And actually, if you look in the oldest version of the Bible, Papyrus 115, the oldest version of Revelations, the number of the beast was 616. So they've changed a lot of things to mislead us. And God warned us. What did he say? They will change the laws and the times of the Most High. And I think they did that with the whole 2012 thing. Because, Pops, we used to go by a 360-day year solar calendar, everybody on this planet. And then Rome comes in and changes it to the Julian calendar. And then they changed it from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar. So if you do the math, Dad, right now, we're really in like 1995, I think it is. And the real 2012 is like 2041. So they threw the timeline off. Yeah. And remember, guys, I did a video on it. That's the math. I'm pretty sure it's 1995. Ain't that what I said in my video when I broke it down? But definitely I remember the true 2012 is at the end of 2040, the beginning of 2041. So that'll be the end of the Mayan long calendar. And that's what many people talk about, these prophecies with the Hopi prophecy. And I think we're in the beginning stages of this event taking place. And it's not global warming. It's like my dad was talking about, that event, but it's not like it's just going to happen overnight. This event's, it lasts for many, many years. We're going to go through worse weather. The fish, all the stuff's already dying off that they're not.
Well, there's plastic, there's microplastic and everything. There's microplastic and everything in the fish that we eat. It's all in the ocean, all the plastic, all the rivers dumping their garbage into our oceans. There's a lot that has to be done. And again, you don't get yourself into a fear mode and get into worry, vibration. Go to healing music, healingfrequencymusic.com. We also have a Facebook page. There's great music on there to help you. 432, 444, 528. Make sure you've got music that you love. There's a lot of good frequencies on there, very powerful. And play that music. Keep something around you that can turn your frown upside down. If you ever have that, keep yourself positive. Yeah, there's a lot of drama going on, but don't get caught up in it. Don't let it affect you. You make sure that you're secure in your environment, where you're living, where your community is. You make sure that you're doing that. You're praying over that. You're declaring and decreeing over that. You're getting, again, when we start talking about these devices that we're going to start bringing out publicly in March, and they've been getting out for the last couple of years, the first version. And these are the ones that are cleaning up all of the biosphere. So cleaning up our air, cleaning up our ground, bringing our biosphere back, thousands of years. I mean, to something where where it was much better than it is right now. Put it that way. Taking down the electromagnetic pollution, which is gonna, that is another big problem with the planes too, DJ. Like,
Oh yeah,
that electromagnetic pollution, all that interference, and everything that's going on in our atmosphere is not good.
no, it could definitely be a huge problem. Have you talked to that guy, the guy that said the planes were going to start crashing?
Yeah,
Have
I
you
mean,
ever
he
seen him?
gave when I first spoke to him the first time that I met with him, he told me we had about 5 years.
Oh, great.
And then when I spoke to him last, when we spoke, well, I didn't speak to him, but Richard did. Literally, he told Richard that we might have only a few years, that the timeline's even shrunk more. So this is
Oh,
why, I'm working right now with certain people that I can't mention that are going to work on the bigger units that you only need like 330 to 350 out. And that will start, and you put them in the areas that need it most, and that will start calming things down, right? But getting these little devices out for farmers and neighborhoods, nourishing your neighborhood, farmers, and all of that will also add the additional layer of protection and put out massive amounts of negative ions into the world, which is going to, again, just look up the positive effects of negative ions on the people on the planet, and you're going to see it's amazing. You'll be like, well, why are they doing? They're doing it. It's intentional, pretty much, I would think.
oh,
Um,
it is. It is.
Hemp's been around. Industrial hemp's been around for a long time. A long time. I mean, they could have made toilet paper, everything out of hemp. They can make
Yeah,
everything out of hemp.
they're making houses right now, Dad. I actually have a video on my phone. I wish I would have uploaded it because I was going to say that to you earlier when you were talking about it. But dude, this guy, he builds whole houses out of industrial hemp and it
Yeah.
doesn't even need insulated, bro.
No, and they're
For those,
fireproof.
yep,
They're fireproof, and
they're
they don't need insulation.
fireproof. They're fireproof. Well, that's why they don't want them going
And they're
up.
strong as concrete.
Yeah, they can't have no fireproof houses. That'll really
Well, we should
mess
be using that crop. That crop also cleans the soil.
100%.
It cleans the soil. It's more productive by acre than any other crop, and we're not using it. Look, again, we'll see. Time will tell, but shaking will continue to happen. The light and darkness fight is going to continue to go on, and we just got to move more and more and more into the light with ourselves. Pray for our family, our friends. Pray for the world. The more people you pray for, the more that you're going to get back at you. And again, the more grateful you are, the more thankful you are, the more that's going to come back at you. We're going to go through a lot of transition because the whole system is built on quicksand. The whole thing. It's like a big Ponzi scheme. It's amazing. I want to be a congressperson so I can go in there, make 150, 200 a year, but walk out with 50, 100 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
That
crazy.
is this whole thing, and it's not just the United States. It's a lot of the governments around the world are like that, and we've got to get our priorities straight. No child, no family, good family, no child should be starving and not have a home and water and electricity and food. Those things that are necessities should be a part of everybody having it instead of all the other stuff that they're spending money on. If they would spend not even 20% of the money they're spending on destruction and death on fixing this planet, and making sure that everybody has food, water, shelter, energy, and all the day necessities, man, there's an abundance on this planet. And the lie that there isn't is a lie. And the fact that we don't prioritize what we're spending money on, the government doesn't for sure, and the world isn't. We need to clean up all this death. We need to, help these people. The amount of people dying per day on this planet, the innocent life being lost, and the things that dying a day. I mean, that's just a bad thing, a bad energy, very terrible, sadistic energy that's happening on this planet. We got to get rid of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Dad, that's their whole frequency, bro. They're literally part of a death cult. Even Skull and Bones is called the Brotherhood of Death. They're part of a Saturnalia death cult. But before we go here, frequencies. We were talking about frequencies, Dad, and you have all these different frequencies on your website. Well, like 528 hertz, that's DNA repair and transformation. And hold on, let me drink my water. If you remember the Tartarian Empire, well, they were using them bells, remember, guys? And it seems like they got rid of all the bells. There's tons of pictures where they're burying them all. That's because they were healing each other through frequencies. Sound frequency healing is a real thing, and it's something they don't want us talking about. 174 hertz. That's one I like because sometimes I get pain in my lower back, and it works. That one relieves pain and stress. 285 hertz, that heals tissue and organs. And you got to be careful what music you're listening to, because some of these YouTube channels, they'll tell you it's this, and it ain't even that frequency when you test it. So, you got to make sure it's actually that frequency. 639, hey, that's a good one if you're fighting with your wife. Harmonizes relationships. Play that one. 417 removes negativity. But it's cool. The 852.
Well, yeah, you don't have 432 here or 444. Those are really
No,
good ones also, too.
I know. I forgot a few. This was I wrote. Well, I
No, this
actually
is great. I mean, let's update this list and give everybody access to it, and then give them links out to where they can hear the music. And we
okay.
could put something up, like build a page like that, where we can give people an opportunity just to go there and just go to the frequency. What are you feeling? Okay, bam, bam. We'll make it clickable. Let's put this into Teamworks. Let's make a clickable page that we can update, and then click, and boom, they can go right to the frequency and get that frequency to help them with what's going on. Before we go, son, I want to run through the sponsors one more time, if you don't
Okay.
mind.
Yeah.
And,
No.
when we're talking about frequency, this is also a company that I've been involved in since 2016. I've known of it since 2012. And Steve Lukowski was one of the co-creators of the technology. He was also one of the head engineers at Texas Instrument, that literally ran anywhere between 40 and 100 engineers that did Texas Instruments 1G, 2G, 3G, and some of the 4G technology. So he knows 5G. He's got another business that lays fiber optic. He's always dealing with these 5G towers. And Bodyline has been around a long time. It's energy wellness, what they call energy medicine in the East, that 2/3 of the population of the world uses, because they treat the energy body first, because they understand that everything starts with the energy body. This
Yeah.
company is, it's great. And I know that I own part of it, but go read the testimonials and what it's doing for people. Also, this is the stuff that my son put on his leg, the nanosoma. This is the stuff that helps with that energy body, getting your energy body really not looking like it got hit by a meteor shower, but actually getting it solid. And, as you're, strengthening your energy body, well, your physical body starts to straighten itself out also. the Patriot Club, free to join, community free. We want to start bringing you all in there so that we can build different different spaces for like community garden space where you guys can communicate about setting up community gardens. You can start connecting with other patriots and start working on building a patriotic community within your own community, that you guys are going to help each other no matter what. You're going to go through whatever we have to go through together in love and harmony and helping each other. So we need some leadership in there. We've got the club done. We've got the community up. It's free to join. Join for free. Just takes you some time. Get your username for the community, and then we're going to be talking more and more about that on these these weekly lives, because we really want to be part of the solution. Okay, the solution.
Right.
We got to be part of the solution, and we can't sit idly by. That's what got us where we're at right now, by sitting idly by. For those of you that, don't worship any human being, no one should be worshiping Trump. Okay.
Including Trump. Right.
No one should be worshiping Trump. No one should be
for
worshiping Elon Musk. I mean, you worship the creator. What is the creator? That's always been. Nothing made the creator. It's always been. Always. It knows everything. From what has happened, from what is now, and what is in the future. That's what you worship. Whatever you call the Heavenly Father, the Creator, whatever. Don't get in fights with people about what no one knows 100% of anything. No one, right? But let's get active and working together as a team. I know there's a lot of young demographics that watch Truth Mafia, and we really want you to be part of the pit, because you're the future. You're the future, right? You're the future, and you got to get going. And another thing is our partner Gold Co. bestsilverandgold.com/Truth Mafia. You see all the links there. We've helped bring a lot of people into precious metal. Now, precious metal is just one thing that you should have some of. Get silver. Get some silver. Get some precious metals that you have. I have precious metal. I have real estate. I have some land. I have equipment. I have assets. I got cash. So I've got assets. Now, it doesn't matter how much you currently have. Just make sure you delegate it the right way. And if you don't have anything, well, join the mastermindwebinars.com/Truth Mafia for free. Okay, mastermindwebinars.com/Truth Mafia for free. We'll have the image up next time. That's the educational platform where I do webinars with Brother Jared James, and we brought other people on, other experts, where we're helping people with their mindset, with their spiritual connection, with their personal development, understanding the wellness wheel, right? The wellness wheel. Part of the wellness wheel is finances. Financial wellness is a part of the wellness wheel, and that has a lot to do with your mindset.
Yeah,
a lot to do with your frequency, right? Need to get money. Hey, I think Sister Hopper. Here's the bottom line: money flows to me abundantly. Money flows to me abundantly, always and forever. Money is energy. Treat it as such. The better steward you are of what you have now, and the more grateful you are of what you have now, the more will be given to you. Understand that.
and help others.
Oh, it's all about helping others. It's about lifting your brothers and sisters up. But you can't help others until you help yourself first. The same reason that the steward on the plane tells you, if the oxygen masks fall down, put yours on first. Put yours on first before you try to help others. Copper is a big thing. Copper, someone's asking about copper. It weighs a lot, you know what I mean? It's heavier than, silver when you're talking about the price per ton or whatever. but copper's used in electronics. Copper's going to be used in robotics and all of the stuff that we're going to do. Silver to me, and I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just giving you my opinion, but silver to me is going to be, it's probably one of the most suppressed assets on the planet. And if you look at the amount of silver that's used in the wellness industry, healthcare industry, what's used in the robotics, what's used in technology, it's one of the most undervalued commodities, silver, that there is. One of the most undervalued precious metals. So right now, it's still very, very low cost. And just that we're using more of it than we produce per year, a lot more of it than we produce. That can't go on it forever. They're going to have to start pulling it out of the garbage, out of the old electronics, out of all that. They're going to have to start recycling. And guess what? You need $150 to $175 an ounce of silver in order to make it profitable to recycle it, to pull it out of the garbage, to pull it out of phones, to pull it out of computers, to pull it out of all the different electronics they use it. And then Samsung's got their battery coming out that's like got 2.5 pounds of silver in it. 2.5 pounds of silver in each battery, which now goes 900 miles per charge or some crazy number like that, and lasts like almost a lifetime, these batteries. So, there's a lot of opportunity out there. And part of the mastermind webinars that you can come to for free twice a month, we're helping you position yourself properly. We're helping you make sure that you're going to get on the thriving side of this and not on the barely surviving side of this. My son and I want to see you on the thriving side of this. We really do. And we want you to be able to come down here to the Dominican Republic, and we have a big gathering of all the brothers and sisters down here together, where we're rejoicing together, we're declaring and decreeing together, we're by the ocean, we're by the mountains, the energy, you're on fire. You're just literally lit up. So that's all I got to say tonight, son. I hope that I brought some good juju to the table for everybody. I love you all very much. I'm looking forward.
You always do, Pops. I love, and people missed you, man. They were asking me where you were. So it was
Well,
nice.
I missed everybody too. I really did. And I thought I would be back, right after I got down here. But unfortunately, that wasn't the way it was. But anyways, you push through it, you get through it. And you've had your own situations over the last couple of weeks too. It seems like it's hitting a lot of people, but you got to push through it. You got to have faith and keep moving forward.
That's all we can do. And Pops, if you got to go, you can go. I'm going to stay on for like an extra 10 minutes. I want to talk to the people about this movie I just seen, and give them a couple movie recommendations. They love me for that. So.
Okay, I will do. I love you all again, and I will see you next week. Take care.
I love you, Pops.
Love you too, son.
See you, buddy. Okay, guys. So I don't know if you've seen the new one on Apple TV. It's called The Gorge. You guys got to check this movie out. With everything with the fog going on. So the gorge that they're protecting, there's like these demonic entities down there, but they were really humans at one time. And they started in 1946 making these bioweapons. It was right during when the atomic bomb was being created. And the bioweapon they were creating, it leaked out. And it turns into this yellow fog, and that's what infects people, is the yellow fog. Sound familiar? Kind of like the fog that's going around and people are saying they're not feeling so hot after they see it, right? I mean, it's a good movie. It's 2 hours long, though, but it was one of the better movies I've seen in a long, long time. And for all the new people on here, speaking of plane crashes, Donut caught this. The last one we had, this was one of the first ones. That was landing on runway 33. So this newest one, it was runway 23, which is 32 in reverse, I might add. And the Masons, they have two double-headed phoenixes. One is a 33 and one is a 32. And when you go from that 32nd to that 33rd degree, that's where you start finding out the true knowledge, that you're worshiping the great architect, as they call him, which is Baal. That's who it is. It's Baal. That's who they're worshiping, Baal. He's the great architect. And you had 322 on the tail wing. Donut made this slide. Shout out to Donut Factory. But let me see if I can show you guys the movie I'm talking about real quick before I end this. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up, guys. This movie's phenomenal. What free movie site am I using right now? You know me, I'm never paying for that shit. I'm always finding a free one, guys. Okay, I found one. Bam, right here it is, the gorge. Why did I freeze at 47 minutes in? I must have been decoding something. I don't even remember doing that. I was on like 800 milligrams of edibles last night, so I guess I was starting to look at something. Hold on, guys. Let me show you this real quick. Share screen. And I want to start decoding these movies on Rumble. So we can't do it on YouTube, but we can do it on Rumble where we can watch the movie together. I got to stop it like every 5 to 10 minutes and do a breakdown, or that's the only way I can use fair use. I must have been decoding what she's saying here. It's all been hard, a hard day. I wish somehow you could be here with me. Because look, there's these two snipers. They're like trained killers. And one's on the eastern side of the gorge. The other's on the western side. The eastern side is ran by Russia. Spoiler alert, guys. And the other side is ran by America. So you stay there for a year. Oh, the duration is 127. That was tied to Lahaina massacre. Holy cow. There's a couple. Wait, 127. 127. What is that tied to? Give me a second, guys. 1 second. Let me see something here. Doja Cat. It's Doja Cat because it was in. Oops, what the hell is going on? Where's the one I made? Doja Cat, the Black Goo, the Fiery Ritual. Is that it? Is this the one with the 127 in it? This Doja Cat vlog I did? Oh, yeah, it is. So, look at Doja Cat look crazy as hell here, doesn't she? They're just putting this demonic stuff right in our face now. Look at that, guys. She had the all-seeing eye right there. She's in the tub of black goo, nanotechnology. And in that scene, what's the demon doing? Its hand comes up. It pulls her head back. And then you can see her head. Her eyes look like what a zombie's eyes or a dead person's eyes look like. And that is her surrendering to that demonic energy. You got to pay attention to symbolism. See how she has them dead eyes? She's surrendering to the demon because they all tell you we have an alter ego, right? Well, that alter ego is a demon. Sasha Fierro and Beyonce that comes out on stage. So 127. Oh, yeah, I knew it. It was tied to the Scarlet album. Okay. And what else is 127? Buildings 1, 2, and 7 fell during 9/11. The Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, Bavarian Illuminati is 127. Then there's Pearl Harbor, which took place on 12/7, 127. Ground Zero is tied to the 127. But this is the one I was talking about. The Lahaina fire ignited precisely 127 days after Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson announced his new film where he portrays Maui, the Polynesian fire god. So, And shout out to Anya Soru, who I reached out to him at that time, and because I couldn't remember, me and him did a podcast together, and I seen Scarlet album was 127, and I remember I was on a podcast with me, Ani, Donut, and Jacob Israel, and Ani said something about the number 127, so I called him, and then he broke all that down for me. So shout out to Ani Soru. You know me, I'm always paying homage. I don't just steal people's shit like these people steal my stuff and then don't pay no homage. It really is annoying. But let me see if I can skip through this like this for you so I can show you guys some things. Oh yeah, good, I can. Okay, cool. Can I go full screen? This movie, guys, it's on Apple TV. If you don't have Apple TV, you can watch on this free movie site. I can't say the name because then they'll take it down. But, you see it up there. It's back. It just changed its name and put a 4 in it. They're being sued by so many people. All right, where's the part? This is where they start looking at each other. So, okay, the dude that stayed there for the first year, he's getting picked up here, guys. So see, he's dropping his smoke flare, and when they get him, he's hanging on a cord from the helicopter, and they say, "What's your code name?" He tells them it's Blue Arrow, there's that blue. The whole blue. I mean, blue's been a big thing. And that's tied, the color blue is tied to the left-handed path. It's tied to the number 666. So again, no color's evil, but that side uses it. All these people out here telling you red's evil, they're out of their mind. That's tied to the right-handed path. Has nothing to do with evil. But them are just people that don't know the esoteric or occult knowledge. So he gets pulled up on the helicopter, and then they shoot him and say, "Thank you for your service," and drop him down in the gorge. Now, when he gets dropped in that gorge, see, they just met. So he came here to replace him. He's already been here for a year. And he's like, "What are we supposed to be doing? Keeping people from going in the gorge?" And he's like, nah, keeping what's in the gorge from coming out. See that fog? The layer of fog, which I'm going to show you. Oh, shit. We might need to skip way past that part because it'll show us. There we go. So now he was over there, went over there and ate dinner with her, right? He shot a rope across, and then he slid over to her side. And on his way back, after they banged, he fell down there, guys, and see how it's just fog. So these things, the fog is what if it will infect you, but certain people are more susceptible to it, and some it doesn't affect. Like it didn't affect either one of them, but back in the 40s, a whole group of soldiers on horseback, the cavalry, went in there. None of them came back. There was like 2,000 of them. And they find out why, because they turned into this. Now, these entities, I'm trying to find one for you so you could see. Their DNA is spliced with, that's not one of them. That's just there's a bunch of weird stuff down there. But their DNA is spliced with insects, plants, and human. They were trying. So after the bioweapon escaped, they watched this video right here, and it tells them everything. The lady's telling them, "Well, we were trying to make a bioweapon for the war." And then this other company, they're down there monitoring it because they're trying to make super soldiers out of these things. That's why they have people watching it, so they can make super soldiers. And it's all about DNA manipulation, modifying the DNA. Ain't that? We know what that's tied to. I didn't even. This is the place, Dark Lake. They're the ones. Damn, I froze it right perfect on that. That's at 122 in, guys. 122 in. That's in my new video. 122. Right there, 122. San Francisco, that's the longitude and latitude of San Francisco. San Francisco equals 122. And that's tied to Pope Francis, who was the first Jesuit pope. That's in that video I just did. If you guys go watch it, it's on my Facebook. You'll see the number 122's in there. But you see this fog. There's one of them things. Look, they look crazy. Like they got plants growing out of them. They kind of look like insects. How can I get it to pause where you can? There he is. Look at him, guys. Some bitch got trees growing out his hair. But they're tough. They ain't, they are on some whole other. He's trying to kill that guy there because I think he was going to eat him, or the girl, not the guy. He caught the girl and like he poked her, got her blood, tasted it, and it looked like he was going to cook her. To me, I don't know. She was a gangster, so she was an assassin. So he had her hanging upside down, and she did a backflip, got off of there, and beat that tree's ass. Look over here. What's that number? 28. Whose number is that, guys? Osiris's. Osiris ruled for 28 years. The coming of the Antichrist is the resurrection of Osiris. And think about it. These entities are coming up. They're trying to escape, coming up from a different dimension into our world, right? Well, kind of like CERN. What CERN's doing. Look at these things here. The gorge. 2 movies are connected to this fog stuff. The Mist and The Gorge. The Mist by Stephen King. And what happens in The Mist, y'all? The mist comes, and then crazy octopus type entities with tentacles come, right? Same story. They're telling you these stories for a reason. This is how they try to get up. They took one of the old Jeeps and used the whatever you call that, the line on the front of it. But yeah, fascinating movie, The Gorge. It's a really good one, guys. Really, I don't even know who either one of these freaking actors are. I never seen them in my life, but they did a good job as far as the movie goes. Damn, it's a thriller, action, romantic horror. Like I never even heard of that shit. Mixing all 4 of them together, but it actually is really good. Not just for the predictive programming, for the whole movie. I watched this too, and this one, it's crazy. First of all, I don't like that they turned the Falcon into Captain America. That made me upset. And the Red Hulk is this guy. He's the president, and you can. This is going to be the new Hulk. Hulk. They're turning him into his old character, and he's now Captain America, which makes no sense, but whatever. So this guy is pretty much the Trump archetype. It really is. Everybody hates him, and a lot of people love Trump for real, but the media hates him. That's what I'm saying. So they portray it like that, like the same as they do with Trump. This runs for 119 minutes too, guys. But there's a ton of predictive programming in that one. That was a good one. So them two, if I definitely recommend The Gorge over that one, though. I think a lot more people will enjoy it. Phenomenal movie. really is. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had. I just wanted to give you guys them recommendations real quick. And then before we go, let me show you on the home page here. You'll see, check this one out I did on Jupiter Ascending. It's a great breakdown, guys. It breaks down the whole movie. This is another one. It's how they're trying to flip the yin and the yang, invert the masculine with the feminine, that whole inversion they're doing. And we're going to watch this movie live together, but it's another one that's like 2 hours long. And these are the two that made the movie. All I'm going to tell you is, how can I say this without getting in trouble? This one was not born with that kind of hair, if that gives you a hint with what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm saying? They were two brothers. So it's in the Vlad blood. Oh, Bathory. She used to bathe in the blood of her maidens. And Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton. Remember, she wore his blood. So I break all of it down, how it gets into the archons, what's their name in Jupiter Ascending? The Abrasax family. And they go around harvesting different planets. It takes 100 humans to make one vial of this stuff that they bathe in that gives them youth. It allows them to stay younger, which the nanosoma, it stops your telomeres from withering organically without having to harm a child. But that's what the adrenal does. It stops the telomeres from withering, which halts aging. That once your telomeres are gone, it's over. Abracadabra, that prefix of abracadabra, that's a spell. It's a spell that they use. But a lot of people didn't know. They don't know that, and they say it over and over again and don't even realize. So one means I will create when I speak, and the other is I will destroy when I speak. Our words matter. We have to be very careful what we put our words into, and it just gets into the archons that are represented, how it's tied to Starbucks, which gets into Venus, the Phoenicians. It's a really good article. I even think I put some clips down here too, guys. That's Abrasax right there. So remember, the family was the Abrasax family. That's what he looks like. A chicken head and freaking snake legs. And out of all the archons, he's like torn between being good and bad. That's what it says about him anyways. But yeah, it's a really good blog. That's the Abrasax family. I was trying to find the part. Look at her. Jane Fonda, 78 years old. She's definitely on that adrenal diet, ain't she, guys? 100%. How the hell are you going to be? This is beta sex programming, MK Ultra Monarch sex programming. That's why she has that. You'll see a lot of them with it. And remember Rockefeller, David Rockefeller, he was like 100 and who knows, 190 when he died. I say that jokingly. But this guy literally had 7 heart transplants. And the average person can't get one. And it's kind of fascinating too. He got all of his heart transplants from little melanated children that allegedly passed away. I find that very suspect. He probably stole them hearts. Here you got that. Boom, boom. The symbolism. It's all ball. What was his name in here? Balaam, the main character that controlled it all. And then remember, she when She went to Stinger. His name was Stinger. He was like an angel. He had wings. And he has all these bees around his house, and his name is freaking Stinger. Well, then the bee didn't sting her. Remember, the bees wouldn't sting her because that bee symbolism is tied to the Merovingian bloodline, and they believe that they're related to Jesus Christ. So this is their theory, what they're going to do. They're going to take the bloodline of Jesus, because they say Jesus really had kids. I don't know. I wasn't back then. I don't know if Jesus had kids or not. I'm just telling you what they believe. So their plan is to take that bloodline, the bloodline of David, and mix it with the blood of Cain, this bloodline of Satan, and that's what the Antichrist is supposed to be birthed from. But right here in this scene, when Jupiter's wearing the Masonic checkerboard and the color blue, right? The queen bee, Jupiter. Here's where they're harvesting all the humans. So they'll let a planet reach its max population. And look, he's walking over all that down there is humans being harvested. He's just chilling, walking over it. But they let a planet reach the max population, and then they go harvest us. And that's the secret. We are the fountain of youth, right? They bathe inside of us, and then boom. In this clip right here, you'll see Khalik, which is Kali Khalik, how she goes. Her name literally has Kali in it, Khalik. I didn't even put that in the blog because I just thought of it. But she goes and bathes in this pool, and right there she looks, 40s, maybe 50s. After she gets in the pool, she comes out and looks like she's 18 years old. And the pool she gets in, the liquid, is made out of us. So, yeah, it's a fascinating. I put a bunch of clips for you guys in there. It has the Draco reptilian grays, off-world contracts, soul contracts, reincarnation, life extension technology. I mean, this is the most disclosure film I've ever seen. Off-world human farming factories, interdimensional travel, mind control, anti-gravity, hybrid human super soldiers, which is what they're doing with the in the movie I just showed you, the Gorge. That's what it's all about, creating super soldiers. I think they've already achieved that goal myself, but who knows? I believe with all my heart they have. And then over here, guys, before I go, this is my alternative social media platform. So this is where you'll go to book your decode, right over here. And look, I even made it easier for you. When you book, you can read. I put a read now on there so you can read about the decode, what all you get, what it all. There's some numbers down here for the new people that don't know about numerology at all, like that good old 201. That's a good number. Man, why won't it let me blow it up full screen? Oh, I think it does on the phone version. But yeah, you can get your decode over here, and we cover your whether you're a first player character or an NPC or a rare carrier of that Neo code. The same archetype as 11 from Stranger Things, the same archetype as Jesus Christ, the same archetype as Neo from the Matrix. And then we have our own social media platform. You see Matrix Codebreaker. I let him have his own. He's a moderator over here. Matter of fact, he just texted me. I got to read it after I'm done. Shout out to him. He's like my little brother. And then this is mine, Truthful Social, We got 2,185 members. So you could just share information like you do on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And you're not going to be censored, guys. We need to start putting our energy into our own platforms. Oh shit, Matrix Codebreaker found a little FEMA camp there. Yeah, they did show that in the halftime show, remember? The Super Bowl halftime show. They were a bunch of FEMA camps. What year was that, guys? Was that 2021 or 2022? When they had them stupid FEMA camp looking things. That was in LA, right? I think, yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure. Because they had I think they have Snoop Dogg come out in that one. I can't remember. But man, I got to watch this video after this. See where that's at. But yeah, we could just drop stuff that we can't drop on any other platform. And look, you have your own page just like you do on Facebook. You'll have a certain amount of followers. You're following them. You can, put your about here. And then we have badges. So you earn different level of badges depending on whether you decode. There's a rising badge. The more you share content, you can earn it. And then I just started a new badge, which is a free decode. So people that can't afford a Gematria decode will just go over here, share a bunch of content about a month, and you can earn one. I love to help people out. My voice is still terrible from being sick. Sorry, guys. But I love to help people out that can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm all about. And then you could see that person's. See, I'm the owner of it, so that's why you'll see. I think you see the badges on everyone's. But then you can see all the videos I have, all the blogs. Them are actually old from when I used to do it on this channel, except this one. That one's newer. It's a pretty good one. I put it on both pages. But let's take a look at Paranoid, or not Paranoid American. Let's take a look at Matrix Codebreaker. I want to see if he has that thing on his. See, up here, he's a moderator, forum moderator, a writer, so he can write his own post. He's got hella badges he's earned. VIP Diamond member, Made member, content creator, 5 other ones. These are all his badges. Tommy Truthful fam. Oh, I forgot I made that one. Here's the new one. Rising Star. It's got the X, guys, like the eclipse. Ba-boom. If you're a rising star, people who post a lot of stuff, you can earn that one. Then the Tommy Truthful fam. These are people that I actually trust. The Diamond family and the Made members. This is part, these 3 right here. I'm actually going to erase one, just keep one of them. But it's for our VIP group. We had one before with probably a couple hundred people in it. And all the people, I still have you in the database. So I'm going to add you to the new one once it's built, because them people, they paid $8 and it was a lifetime membership for them. But then our site got attacked and got taken down. This whole part got destroyed at one time. But thank God I still got everyone who was, because we used them badges. So thank God we used them badges, because let me show you an example. Every one of you that was a diamond member or something like that, your badge is still on there. Oh shit, I got to log in. But that's going to show people my info. I can't do that on here. Damn it. Well, you guys get what I'm saying. Just go look at the members. You still have your badges. Now, do we got any questions or comments before I end? this today. Jupiter Ascending, laugh out loud. Why you didn't like it? Elysian, not a bad looking young lady there. I'm into melanated women, but Anthony, what movie is this? It was Jupiter Ascending, my brother. Jupiter Ascending. I finally caught a live show. It's been 2 months. Yeah, I was in the hospital. I apologize. Super Bowl 20, 2022. Oh, that's the one that had them FEMA camps, Kathy? Well, that would make sense, Kathy, because the whole Rona thing, 222 months after 9/11, and Trump equals 222 as well. I don't know what cipher, I forget. No, I loved it. Yeah, it was a great movie. It was one of my, I can't pronounce your name right. I'm not good at pronouncing shit. Elysian? Is that your name? Elysia? If it is, it's a pretty name. But it was one of my favorite movies as far as predictive programming disclosure. They got the reptilians in there. The reptilians wasn't running nothing, no. They worked for the humanoids, which would kind of represent the Anunnaki, I guess. But some people believe the Anunnaki are reptilian. I don't know. I guess we'll find out if they ever pop back up. You come a long way. I watched you when in. I'm proud of you. Oh, thank you, Amy. I appreciate you. I worked really hard, I appreciate you. Built Truth Mafia, helped a lot of people build their platforms, and that's what it's all about. I just like helping others. What's it called, Tommy? The social media. Oh, Truthful Social. But when you're on truthfultv.com, you go to the menu and just click on groups, honey. Should I change that from groups to social media? Do you think that would be easier for people to find? I'm always looking for your guys' opinion and feedback. What's your opinion, guys? Groups or social media? Do the NPCs know what they are? That's a great question, David. I've spoken to a few of them. The majority of the decodes I do are actually non-player characters, a lot of them. And I'm always nice to them. I try to tell them to break free from their code, but I don't think they do. I think I've never met one that realizes it's an NPC. Yeah, they're very argumentative, but most of them you can really tell because they believe everything the establishment says, and they're not a free thinker. I don't want to say they don't believe in conspiracies because I hate that word, but they don't look into nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't look outside the box. And no, I've never met one that has known it's an NPC. Quite the opposite. They think they're not, and they'll argue with you. But there's no arguing. It's attached to your first and last name. You either are or you're not. You know what I'm saying? We're in some type of organic simulation. And all you got to do to prove this, don't believe me. Don't believe me at all. Never believe no one. This is what I want you to do. For the next 17 days, 17 is a very powerful number when it comes to manifestation, and it's one of my favorite numbers. I was born on the 17th. Matrix is in that number, Nibiru. But for the next 17 days, I want you to pay attention to synchronicity. And what you're going to do tonight, you're going to go over on the Gematria calculator on truthmafia.com. You're going to put your first and last name you were born in, right? Look at the English ordinal cipher for this. That's going to be your base number. That number right there, watch that for the next 17 days. I promise you, you're going to start seeing it everywhere. And then you'll see when you learn how to decode, you'll see, oh shit, this is tied to my mother's name, the hospital I was born in. You pull out your birth certificate, you'll see the number there. You'll start to see it on your credit card. And then that's what made me think, wait a second, this is a simulation. Because at first I thought just someone was doing it all. You know what I mean? Someone was behind the scenes doing it all. But it would have to be AI if that's the case, which if that's the case, it's some type of simulation. It is AI doing it. That is what's doing it. It's an advanced AI. That's what the archons are. If you look into the archons, that's what they are, and they're setting up this phantom matrix and an AI, a matrix within a matrix, because the organic creation God created was some type of a matrix too. It was just organic. He spoke us into existence with the spoken word. Every word, every letter has a number attached to it. So he used some type of angelic technology to speak us into existence. And then it's been kind of hijacked by these archons. And I believe God had to allow it to happen, right? Maybe he has his reasons why he's letting them influence the world right now. But I think it'll come to an end eventually. Yeah, the Gnosticism speaks of this. You're right. In Gnosticism, they said Jesus was sent back to expose the false god, the demiurge, Yaldabaoth. He was one of them archons too. You see how we was just looking at Abraxas? Yaldabaoth, he has a head of a lion and the body of a serpent. Many of them have serpents attached to them. I noticed that. And some people, when they see them in the astral plane, they describe them as a spider-looking thing, and other people describe them as some type of a reptilian humanoid type thing. Reptilian humanoid. Sorry, guys, my voice is gone. But yeah, so I hope that helped explain it a little bit. And with that being said, I love y'all. Make sure you smash that like button, share this video, and check out our links. Go over, get a decode, support our sponsors, help us out. We love y'all. Truthful, out.
Yo, we living in a sim, reality's a game. NPCs around us, they all look the same. Soulless entities controlled by AI. Quantum computer running life, asking why. Are you just a player, controlled by machine? Or a first player character, living the dream? Tap into the code, break free from the lies. Decode your Gematria, see through their disguise. In the simulation, what's your role, what's your fate? Are you real or controlled, can you navigate? Elites use Gematria, secrets in the code. Find out your archetype, let the truth unfold. Super quantum computer, pulling all the strings. NPCs moving like puppets on a swing. The Matrix got nothing on the life we lead. Green letters falling is the truth we need. Are you just a player, controlled by machine? Or a first player character, living the dream? Tap into the code, break free from the lies. Decode your Gematria, see through their disguise. In the simulation, what's your role, what's your fate? Are you real or controlled, can you navigate? Elites use Gematria, secrets in the code. Find out your archetype, let the truth unfold. Archetypes defined from NPCs to Neo. First players rise, let your true self show. Do the